My phone rings. I always answer. We always answer our wives. So I answer the phone. I go, "Hi, honey." She said, "Who owns these cars?" She'd never been here. She had no idea how many cars we had. I took 20 bucks from Irvin Johnson, Magic Johnson's dad. We used to race. He had a Roadrunner. Hurst Olds.
So
all
you're
original.
saying this is the best one in the world?
This is the best one in the world.
So if I was a treasure hunter, I do like the Pirates did. X marks the spot. You find an X on the ground, you start digging as a treasure chest. Well, I was told to go to the gray door with the X on it. And inside this door, inside this building, inside this former grocery store, is treasure of a different kind. The four-wheel variety. And you won't believe it. You said it'd be in here somewhere. It's gotta be the place. Look at a Trans-Am Jag, an old Vet. Look at this, a room full of cars, official pace car. Sometimes a barn find, not really in a barn. We've found them in backyards, carports, garages, office buildings, warehouses, and in garages and in barns. But sometimes they're in old supermarkets. You've heard of speed dating. Well, this is kind of a speed dating opportunity here because Paul has taken off for Road America for races this weekend, so he has to catch his flight. This is Paul Gentilozzi, and in Lansing, Michigan, he's well known as a real estate developer. In the world of racing, this man has drag raced, road raced, he's raced, he owns IndyCar teams, IMSA teams. Did you run SCCA?
I was an
Trans-Am.
underachiever, yes.
Trans-Am, how many championships in Trans-Am? 5 championships in Trans-Am, 33 race wins in Trans-Am, just a little bit more than the famous Mark Donohue. I mean, you are worthy of a program by yourself without these cars. But what did Paul's invited us to what's an old grocery store to show that, and this is really, you know, an interesting comparison, but this is the way we usually find cars, like this 64 Corvette. They're usually like driven hard, put away wet, sat outside under a tree for 3 decades. So on the other side of this wall are cars that are barn finds. Those are what you should strive to find. The cars that little old ladies bought new, and when they got too old to drive, they put it in the garage. This guy happens to seek those cars out and buy them before they ever look like this. They still have shiny paint, crayon marks on the firewall, original equipment like you can't believe.
This was my 1978 C-Gas, D-Gas Pro Stock car.
Aero, right?
Yeah, Plymouth Aero.
Jeez.
That car's exactly the way it raced in 78.
And what's it got in it?
It's got a small block Chrysler, 360 Chrysler. The Harry Neiman Corvette from Neiman Marcus, that car's all original, never been touched.
Is that original paint?
Yes. All I did was rub it out. So this car belonged to Harry Neiman, one of the Neiman Marcus heirs. He was the eccentric of the family. He lived in Beverly Hills, and you can see the checking.
Yeah, I see that. Yep, yep.
A week or so after he bought it, he was putting the convertible top up, which is manual, and he pinched his hand. He took the top off, and from late 56 till now, it's never had a top.
It's not in here.
It's not in here.
Ah,
no,
gee.
no. This is the original interior. We cleaned it and dyed it, but original seats, original carpet.
And 67,000 miles.
Yeah.
57?
Yeah, 56.
56.
56.
2 4-barrels, fuel injection, anything like that?
You're testing me now. No, single 4-barrel. So what happened, he died, Harry died, and he gave the car to his granddaughter, who was a punk rock singer in San Francisco. Problem was, she didn't have a driver's license. So the car sat with an attorney, and finally, I heard about it. You know Bruce Meyer.
Oh, yeah.
We were gonna do a conversion, and
oh, not for this car.
well, and then when I got it, it was so cool.
Yeah.
Because I have a big tank dual quad car over there, an original big tank, big wheel. That car's unrestored also. Wow. We were in the process of unrestoring it.
Wow.
But it's the mate to this. Mm-hmm. If we want to look at the 67 W30, who spent its whole life as a race car.
That was a race car.
Yes, it's still got the roll cage in it.
Holy mackerel. So no street miles.
It had, so he would drive it, he worked at Oldsmobile,
Oh, that is just too cool. Is that original paint?
Yes, this is all original paint, all original everything.
28,000 miles.
Yeah, wow. All original, never been touched, never been painted.
So that's like,
that's
it was
it.
just like
yeah.
that.
So the guy that owned the car chromed the air cleaner, but everything else that you see is all original. The hoses, he replaced the hoses because they dry rotted, but this, people didn't know about 67s. It was a dealer installed camshaft, fresh air, and a battery moved to the trunk. But it's got, the air ducts are right here.
You never see these
below
at
the
4
bumper.
speeds. Never see these
No,
at 4 speeds.
no. Well, you see the 67 442 was a 1-year only engine. It has a different tappet angle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the engine, it's 39 degrees instead of 45, and it uses a bigger diameter tappet. They wanted to put an aggressive camshaft in it, so the bore stroke and everything is 1 year only in 67.
Is that a 400?
Yes, it's a 400, and it was precedent to the 455. So the engineering guys were building the 455, so they took a lot of that stuff, but then they went back to 45-degree tappet angles.
What a fabulous car.
It is a cool car.
I mean, check this out. There's a roll cage in here.
Yeah,
Man.
and it's been in it since 1967.
Man, how'd you find something like this?
I knew about the car when I raced for Oldsmobile. The guy that owned it called me a couple times and said, I want to sell it to you. And, yeah, 67, one-off year. And then I went and looked at the car finally. And it was so cool that I couldn't not buy it.
You're right, exactly.
And it was a combination of the wheels and the hubcaps and we all put our text on the steering column then. It was so period.
What a great car.
That and it never was wet. He never drove it in the rain. He never, obviously never drove it in the snow. So it was just so spotlessly clean that I couldn't not buy it. Now I have somewhere, I don't know that they're here, the whole racing history, I think, is in that box, maybe.
Got hubcaps.
Well, there's pictures and old drag race posters.
Really? No, not here.
Yeah, maybe not in that. What about below the box, that paper? No, that's just floor mat.
Yeah.
Then it must be at the office. I apologize.
All right, no worries. Well, I mean, look
in here.
Look at the decals on the trunk here.
Yeah, and this is not a restoration.
Yeah, right.
This is a new 67
One in the
Oldsmobile.
world, man.
Yeah. There's another one, a black one, that belonged to Dick Haas, who was an Oldsmobile engineer and my program manager at Oldsmobile. Wow. And he had a 67, and the guy's been trying to sell it on the internet for like 250 grand. Not enough.
Want to cover this up again?
No, he'll come get it.
Okay.
Now, not to mention, that's the only orange 1968 Z28 built.
68 Z28, no
Yes.
kidding.
You could get any color you wanted for $300. And it's kind of half been restored, so it's not perfect for what you do.
It's painted?
No, never been. This is original paint and original color. So
wow.
It's orange and white. Yeah, you can pull this up. It's orange and white, houndstooth, which is very unusual.
It's got the right carburetor, the right intake
Right,
manifold.
everything. Yeah, oh yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Now it's got a longer shift lever than I would imagine.
Yeah, now that was the dealer installed Hurst shifter. Yeah.
From the Muncie.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Low
And
mileage?
46,000. Yeah, it's all a matching numbers car. And it's got headers, but the rest of the underside,
Battery tender.
always a battery tender. Otherwise,
They're our new sponsor on the
Oh,
program.
are they? Well, I'd buy 100 batteries a year if it wasn't for battery tender.
I'd like to thank a new sponsor to Barn Find Hunter, Battery Tender. I've been a long-time customer for Battery Tender products. They keep your batteries charged. Now they have devices that inflate tires, that can jumpstart your car and invert power. If you'd like to buy one, you get a 20% discount for watching this program. Check the description below.
This has had the master cylinder replaced. We pulled the transmission and put a clutch in it. The engine has had one rebuild.
PTB, all that
yeah,
stuff. People
all
are reproducing that stuff
yeah,
now. Jeez.
Yeah. No,
So the headers, are they original?
The headers were dealer installed, came in the trunk.
Okay, yeah. Wow.
Yeah. They were Doug's headers. A lot of the noise about the fresh air intake stuff, all of that was dealer installed.
What a great car.
I've been trying to buy back my 68Z that I bought new, and the guy says when I die you can buy it, but he's 4 years younger than me. So,
geez, what color was that?
It's Nassau blue, white stripes, blue interior.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I like that car.
Yep.
And I had that from 60. I only had it a year, and then I bought a Copel 427 for $3,950.
A 427 Camaro.
Yeah, 69. That was the Copel cars were then the bad, and I put 350 emblems on it, and padlocks on the hood, and every weekend for a whole summer, I took $20 from Irvin Johnson, Magic Johnson's dad. We used to race. He had a Roadrunner, and we would race every weekend, and I beat him by 3 feet. He had a 383. Oh yeah, no, I could have smoked him, but he was a great guy. And the last time we raced, he didn't have any money, so I have a box of 8-track tapes, Otis Redding and the Supremes and all that stuff, and so it broke his heart, but he had to pay. I wanted to give him back. Larry, his son, Irvin's brother, I promised that I'd give him back. I still have the tapes. But yeah, anyway, all right, let's look at something else.
You still have the tapes. That is too much. All right, so let me ask them. Drag racing, road racing, IndyCar racing, 24 Hours of Daytona, overall winner.
Yep.
24 Hours of Le Mans, second in class. 33 Trans-Am wins.
Yes, and 10 IMSA wins.
10 IMSA wins.
Yep.
And so you've got more wins than Mark Donohue does in Trans-Am.
I beat Mark. Mark had 29, and when I tied him, I quit for a while.
Yeah.
Because I had so much respect. Mark was legendary.
Yep.
This is an all original, never been touched, 69 Nova with
automatic on the column.
Wait, but it gets better.
I get, yeah.
When you get to the engine.
Bench seat, no radio.
Nope. Straight 6. I bought this from an 85-year-old lady.
Man.
I was going to put an LS in it. But we've had it a while. Wow. And it's original miles, original everything.
44,000.
Yeah.
A little old lady special.
It was in her, she had a heated garage attached to her house. And I heard about the car, and I went there, and I said, I want to buy this car. She said, oh, it's not worth very much. I said, how much do you think it's worth? She said, $3,000.
I'll give you 6.
I gave her 5.
That's the
just
way.
Just because.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just because.
Great car.
Yeah.
Man.
The fact that it's a straight 6, and it runs and drives great.
You know, this could be a Yenko clone or Motion.
Yeah, perfect for that. But I don't care.
Yep.
I don't care.
Now, what's this, a Fairmont?
No, this is
it's a Chevy. Okay.
This has a 675 cubic inch all aluminum big block with 15-inch wide rear wheels. Yeah, it's a Bel Air.
Are you building it from scratch?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I won't tell you how long I've been building it. But
oh, look at that. From a stock car.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we put a cage in it, we tubbed it, we put floors in it. It's got tube frame front suspension. One of these days.
Yep, I get it. I get it. Yeah.
Or somebody can bring a trailer or get a hell of a buy.
Yep.
This car
30, all right, don't tell me. It's a 38 standard.
Close.
39 standard.
It's on the license plate.
Oh, is it? 38.
Yep.
Deluxe?
Yeah, 2-door.
Okay.
Deluxe, all original from Northern California. The only thing we've done, I replaced the running boards.
That seat has to be new fabric.
No, we cleaned this. The farmer that owned this car, the guy that owned this car, treated it. Now, I haven't done the headliner, but you can see it's all original headliner.
Man.
But what's really cool is this dash.
Wood grain, yeah.
Yeah, but it's hand painted.
Right.
But it really is a cool car. All original.
So you don't have a favorite type of car?
No.
It's cars.
But I like this.
I've never seen this treatment.
Well, that's the way it came.
Yeah.
Yeah. That the non-deluxe was all black.
All black, yeah.
Yeah. But I just thought I liked the headlights. That was my favorite
teardrops.
part of the car. Wow. You want to look at the 50 Ford Convertible?
I
all
love
original?
Those. I love those. So this is a 51.
No, this is, well, the title says 50.
Well, these are 51.
Oh, well.
Oh, but you know what? This is a 50 with 51 side stripes. These are 51.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Huh. Yeah, because a real 51 had a bullet in the center of the taillight. Oh. That's original. Wow. That's an unrestored car?
This is a once painted, painted in 1965. I don't have, yeah, there's a rod here.
Does it have overdrive?
Yes.
Yeah, I see a little lever there.
Yeah.
That's 110 horsepower.
Yeah.
Wow.
Blazing.
Dual exhaust?
Dual exhaust.
Sounds sweet.
Yeah, it does. Well, people forget flatheads were flat cranks.
Yeah,
180 degree
right.
cranks, so they sounded good.
Yep. Any story to this car? You just found it and liked it? Or?
The guy that owned it bought it in '59, and he died, and I bought this, the 32, the Studebaker. I bought 6 cars, I think, from his estate here in town.
How many cars do you have?
Is my wife listening? So
just between you
between
and me.
90 and 100. So she comes in here the other day. My phone rings. I always answer. We always answer our wives. So I answer the phone. I goes, "Hi, honey." She said, "Who owns these cars?" I said, "What?" She said, "Who owns all these cars?" I said, "Well, where are you?" She said, "I'm at the old grocery store." And I said, "Well, who let you in?" And she said, "One of the maintenance guys. I had some stuff I wanted to store." And my son Tony said, "Well, go store it over where the cars were." She'd never been here. She had no idea how many cars we had. So she said, "Well, I'm not mad. I just have one question. Is my name on all the titles? Wow. And do we have a lien?" I said, "Your name's on all the titles and we don't have any liens."
Man.
So she, after 54 years, she was fine.
54 years?
Yeah. That's a lot to tolerate.
She's used to this by now. Wow. So look at it. Bakery, produce, meat, frozen foods.
Yeah, wall-to-wall savings. This is
a 55.
It's a 54, and it's a weird car. The guy put late model Corvette seats in it. I'd like to shoot him. So we have new seats, but this car has, I'm sorry, this is a straight 6 car with Weber carburetors, original engine, and this car competed in the California, whatever that Baja race was.
What, off-road?
Yeah, no, it was that highway race.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So this had 3 single-barrel Zeniths, I think, didn't it?
I don't know.
Strombergs, one of the
Yeah,
others.
I think it was Stromberg's.
Wow.
But this is the original 150 horse Blue Flame, and he put a manifold in it and a camshaft.
Headers, yeah, wow.
Yeah, and headers.
Runs well?
It runs like shit because nobody knew. He sold me the car because he couldn't get the Webers tuned.
Yep.
So I got a guy that can do that. We just haven't had time to do it.
I could spend a day here. This is
well,
amazing.
we could have fun.
Metal flake.
I wanted a 65 442 because I had one. When I bought this, I didn't know that it had metal flake. I bought it on Bring a Trailer.
Oh boy.
With 20 grand. And I bought it because it was something that
So did you make a model kit when you were a kid and try to make it metal flake?
Absolutely.
I did the same thing.
Absolutely, yeah. And when I got it, they unrolled it off the truck, I thought it was dirt. And yeah, it's not. So we're going to strip it.
Is it convertible?
No, it's a hardtop.
Okay.
So I built this because my first real car was exactly this car. So what I've done here is duplicate. I found a 65 Cutlass and I duplicated, if I can get there we go. So it's got aluminum heads, aluminum intake.
You got a little bit of lift there, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we put the motorsports valve covers on it, so we stroked it, and so it's 388 cubic inches, and it makes 590 horsepower.
Is that similar to what you did?
Yeah. Well, yeah, when I drag raced it. Yeah.
Oh, gee.
So I didn't have air conditioning on that car, but my wife made me put air conditioning on.
So, do you drive these cars?
No. Once a year.
You know, I can come up every few weeks.
If you want, anytime. I'll give you a key. I'll give you a key.
If you like these videos, you really should check out the Hagerty Drivers Club. You get 24/7 roadside assistance with flatbed towing, subscription to an award-winning magazine, and more. Sign up today. The link is in the description below.
So this is the museum car, 68
Hurst Olds.
Hurst Olds.
So
all
you're saying
original.
this is the best one in the world?
This is the best one in the world. Was in the museum 25 years.
So it's got a his and her shifter.
Yes. Has still the original exhaust.
Like muffler and tailpipe?
Yeah, yeah, you can look and see. So everything here, the red plastic fender wells, those were on Hurst Olds in 68.
No kidding.
Yeah, because essentially, so this is a 455. In 68, Hurst Olds were only 400. So the W30 Hurst Olds only has a 4. This is the most powerful Oldsmobile engine at 385 horsepower. And the only replacement part, well, I did two things. The brake master was rotted from the inside with brake fluid, and I had to rebuild the front brake calipers.
So it's got disc brakes in the front?
No, it came with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just see that.
8-track tape deck?
Yeah,
Jeez.
that's what I played Irvin Johnson Sr.'s stuff on. But this car is completely unrestored, untouched paint.
And you put it in the museum for 25 years?
No, the guy that owned it before me. I bought it. I was on the board of the museum, and I'd always walk by this car, and I said, man, I want that car. I want that car. So I haven't owned it that many, half a dozen, 6 years.
Yep.
But
that's a rare little emblem.
they made, in 69, they made them all gold and white. The guy in charge of this program was an Oldsmobile marketing guy named Dave Gerard. He was in charge of racing and performance.
Yep.
And David was a great friend. He really cared about racing.
So that Torino, you told me about the Torino.
Yes.
This is an untouched car as well, right?
Untouched. My LS6 convertible.
Oh, wow.
That's a second owner. I'm second owner from the original owner. I have the sticker, the window sticker, somewhere. And
Original top.
Original top. Original interior.
Man.
90% original paint.
Oh, wouldn't this be a sweetheart to drive?
Yeah, it really is.
Man.
And the fact that it's a bench seat column shift, I registered it with the LS6 guys, and I've not seen, I don't think there's another one of this color, but I haven't seen any others with bench seat and column shift.
White top, white stripe, white interior.
Right.
What a fabulous
Yeah,
car.
the sticker's here somewhere, might be in the trunk.
Man.
And I got the build sheet that was behind the seat.
You've got some special cars, man.
This one's pretty cool. So the Torino, I bought it from the original owner's estate.
429.
Because it came both ways, 428 and 429. It was a choice. And this, nothing has been touched under here. Hasn't been washed, has every chalk mark.
So this paint, original.
This paint, yeah.
So that's your thing.
Well, it wasn't, but it is. As I've learned, well, because my opinion was nobody can restore it as good as me. So I was buying stuff that needed to be restored. And I found this. The guy had a tire store and a gas station, and it was on display inside when I was getting gas, and I saw it. And
where? Detroit?
No, Manistee. And so I went inside, and they said, well, the owner died. That was his car. You got to talk to his daughter. So we negotiated for about a month, and its imperfections are what make it really real. My guy's in a fit of trying to help me. So this,
buffed it?
Yeah, they buffed. I was so mad. They were trying to bring this decal back.
Yeah. Is that a decal?
No, it's paint. I lied. Shows how much I know. And so it doesn't have the side stripe. The 428 cars have a side stripe. The other interesting thing of character, so the failed. So he put a starter button and a key switch down here. So there's another key. That key doesn't work.
So that key's a steering wheel lock.
Yeah. But that was just the character of the guy that bought it.
Let's just take a look at that Stingray back there quickly.
Sure.
Because that has the traditional barn find, put away wet.
Yes.
Well,
and I know you'll know the name of the guy. So there's some stuff in here.
Cosworth, look at that. Are those IndyCar motors?
Both those engines won the Indy 500. Yeah.
With your driver?
No. I got those from Cosworth. But there's a variety of everything you can imagine from an engine standpoint, from NASCAR stuff to one-off Jaguar engines Just
Sometime I want to see what's on the other end of this building and then what's at your race shop.
Yeah, no, we'll do that.
This race car, I'm sorry, this Corvette.
Yes.
It's a 64?
Yes. And it is, I believe.
It looks raunchy as hell.
It does. So this car sat outside. I don't know if I can get the door open. Now you make me forget his name. He was
an engineer for Chevy?
He was a skunk works guy for Zora Duntov. He and Zora were real buddies. And he was the original owner of this car. And the car sat outside his shop for 30 years. And that's why he sanded it. It was gold originally. And it's a 365 horse. So at the auction, nobody was paying any attention. His son was one of the original guys that worked for McLaren US. And because McLaren bought a lot he had engineering stuff that nobody else had. The original prototype manifolds for the 2 4-barrel Camaros. Let me get his name.
So this is the ugliest car in the building. So of course I'm attracted to it first, right? And it's something that means something to me because I race a 64 Roadster. This has got a hardtop on it, but that's removable and it's a Roadster.
Jack Conley.
Jack Conley was the engineer who owned this car. He bought it new?
Yes.
So you know what'd be really tough is to go through this mechanically and leave it the way it is.
I would leave, so he obviously replaced the front fenders because they're red. I think. Right. I can't tell.
Yeah.
The top came from a gold car. The hood came from
these are gold.
Yeah, those are gold. So
these are aluminum. I always thought they were fiberglass.
I didn't. They're castings.
Yeah, cast aluminum.
And the engine is what of it there is.
Yeah.
I bought it for $7,000. Yeah. And
you could have so much fun with this car.
I just couldn't not.
I would never.
I just couldn't.
I would never touch this paint.
Yeah. No, it's cool.
And so, as a tribute to your racing, tell us, this was one of your race cars. Tell us about the history of this Jaguar.
Well, that was the last homologation. This is the last Jaguar to go to Le Mans. And
what year?
2011. I don't know.
And you drove it?
Oh yeah, I drove it. Mark Guzens from Belgium. And Ryan, I should remember Ryan's name. He's a great guy. Still out there driving actively.
So you ran this at Le Mans and finished?
In a year in IMSA. Bruno Junqueira drove it in IMSA, and Cristiano D'Amata.
Jeez. And it'll sit here? Will you make a show car of it?
No, we're going to make it run. We've still got an engine.
Run vintage?
Oh, well, yeah, if they'll let me. I tried to run Ferrari Challenge because they said if you were a race car driver once in your life, you have to be over 60. Mm-hmm. So I went to the committee, and the committee said, nah. So maybe. I'm 74, maybe when I'm 75.
This has been an amazing trip through kind of the barn find life of Paul Gentilozzi in an old supermarket. It's so cool. He's off to catch a plane to Road America for racing this weekend, but I want to thank you for showing us cars that are really one of a kind. I mean, that red 442 with the roll bar in it is just spectacular.
And it was so important to my youth. I was 17 in '67, and the old engineer who drove that car, I would have done anything just to wax it.
Yeah, I get it, man.
What a pleasure, Tommy. Anytime.
Good luck this weekend.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Happy hunting.